We are here with Marshall Goldsmith. He is a best-selling author, and he is one of the top 5 business coaches according to Forbes magazine. Thank you so much for being here today.
Happy to be here.
Great. So we've got a few questions for you. So for those who are not attending the Partner Summit, can you give us an overview of what you talked about?
What I talked about is helping successful leaders achieve positive long-term change in behavior.
So how do you change behaviors?
Well, the first thing you do is you figure out what you need to change. So in my process, you get feedback from everyone around you, you pick important behavior to improve, and you involve your coworkers on a regular basis in something called Feed Forward, where you ask for ongoing ideas, suggestions, you learn to listen to these without talking back, you learn to thank people, apologize for your sins, follow up, and get better.
Tell us a little bit about your latest book, What Got You Here Won't Get You There.
Well, What Got You Here Won't Get You There is my 22nd book. And the essence of the book is that what got us here to our present level of success won't necessarily get us there, which means what is success next week? What is success tomorrow? What is success in a different job? So I talk about how not to rest on your laurels and not to fall into something called the superstition trap. The superstition trap is I behave this way, I am successful, therefore I must be successful because I behave this way. Wrong. Everybody in that room is successful because they behave the way they have, and in spite of some things that need to change.
You know, we're in an economic downturn right now, and I think a lot of the advice you give in your book is relevant to, folks who are navigating this economic storm, as well as, the Cisco partners who are navigating that as well. So can you let us know what sort of advice you have?
During an economic downturn, people tend to need more interaction with their managers, not less. And what happens is often the opposite. People back away and interact less. You're under more pressure to do more with less time and less resources. What I try to teach people is how to interact and coach with people in a way that is incredibly time efficient so that people get the dialogue and interaction they need, yet it's done in a way that doesn't suck up hours and hours of time, because given the tough economic crisis, the leaders don't have hours and hours of time.
What sort of tactics are people employing to retain employees and retaining top talent?
Well, one of the best things you can do to retain people is get in the habit of asking them a question. How can I be a better leader? How can I be a better manager? Or how can I be a better peer or teammate? And the theory behind that is real easy. In practice, we don't do it. My good friend Jim Kouzes did a leadership profile study, 70,000 people evaluating their bosses. What item came in dead last? Asked people for input about how he or she can improve. Dead last.
You say the best way that executives can learn and grow is to learn and grow from those around them. Do you have any stories about that you can share? One
of my favorites is, do you ever see the movie Wall Street?
I have, yes.
I was the coach for the real-life role model for Gordon Gekko. This guy's score on treating people with respect from both direct reports and coworkers was a 0.1 percentile. So they had me come in and talk to him, and I looked at his little report and I said, a 0.1 on treating people with respect. I said, that's not very high. I said, how do you treat people at home? Well, he said, I'm totally different at home. Well, I said, that's fascinating. Is your wife home now? He said, yeah, I don't act this way at home at all. I said, fine, why don't we call your wife and see what she thinks about this? And you got kids? Yeah, a couple of teenagers. Let's check in with them. He called his wife. What's his wife say? You're a jerk. I said, let's check in with the kiddies. Jerk, jerk. I looked at him and I said, a pattern is beginning to emerge. Now, I said, I can't help you make money. You're already making more than God, but I got a question. Do you want to have a funeral that nobody attends other than for business reasons? Because that's where this train is headed. The guy looked at me and he said, I'm going to change. I'm not going to change because of you or money. I'm going to change because I have a 13-year-old son. And 30 years from today, if a man like you read a report like that about my son, I'd be ashamed he was my son. In 1 year, he got ranked at 53.7 percentile in terms of treating people with respect. Above the company norm. Company norm was high. Probably deserved even better. He was so far down in the ditch to start with. And every year, he sent me a Christmas card. 4 years ago said, thank you for the help you gave me years ago. I still have much better relationships with people, especially my wife and kids. So what did I learn? Anybody can change. Where's it got to come from, though? It's got to come from in here.